But if you could gather some kind of sense of we're building community here and we can interact with each other's work. But I love the way that you can load stuff onto a card. Again, I don't know how practical that is. I don't know if that's the best way forward. Maybe, I don't know what other ideas you've discussed. But always having to have a card on you. Does the college use cards?
No, it's actually, we set up it's kind of a blog. And you, at the night time or free time, you go to log into the blog. You upload wherever you upload it, you automatically transfer to the ID, your card. And then when you swipe it, just...
It's not about, we call it card, but it's about the information that's in the computer. It's about that information, it's about you into that room through a card, which is like, just we call it like
a... that links you
to the room. That's
it's just like, think of Facebook, the actual Facebook, and you go through itself, you know. It's like you're logging in through that door.
Okay. So, as you have... so how do you get tracked? So is it because the card is on you, that as you move around different things interact? And so I like that. It's not practical. And I'm not sure the colours are important. And I think that's a great novelty thing for the start of it. You know, we found this room for the first time. So obviously it's had millions of pounds spent on it, so it's exciting. But I don't know what that leaves as a lasting effect, other than just nice colours you can dance around and lie down and make shapes and type words. And I mean, it's nice, but I'm not sure it really adds anything in terms of I don't know, building community or kind of finding a sense of what this room is all about. Because it's not just about fun; it's about relaxing. So, but I like the work idea. I like the fact that you can actually upload stuff and almost showcase things. And people, they want a platform, especially when they're learning and then when they're excited about stuff that they've created. I mean, is it an arts college or is it just a mixture?
It's just an overall college.
Yeah.
You should have everything there. Mathematics, art, drama.
But they have a lot of art, because today they were bringing really big art boards for their work.
Yeah, there must be like the FMP.
So how would you integrate all kinds of different passionate, so obviously you've got your passionate artists, even at whatever age they are, and you have your guys that are actually really keen on maths, exactly, and the sciences and stuff. How do you cross that gap? Because you don't want to think, oh, that's an arty room, so suddenly you have all the long-haired, bearded bums. I got a beard, it's okay, I can say it. And then suddenly you kind of isolate the rest of the world. So how would you, if it's not art and not everyone's into art, what would they upload? Would it be photos as a kind of social networky thing?
Because my friend said that he wanted to put text on the wall. You know, it could be like any text that you wanted to put it on. You know, it doesn't need to be graphic design that you have to type it. You know. Text will be your own opinions will be on the wall, and also your own work. Even if you said, you know, Facebook, you said, I like this picture, and you publish it, you share it. It's kind of sharing center. You might share a picture of something that you like of it. It doesn't need to be in specific work by your phone.
I guess my mind always goes to kind of how would it work? What would the system be in place? And if you can communicate that to the client, it kind of I don't know, it takes that massive chunk of worry and stress out of it, if that makes sense. So if you could say, I don't know how many people use Twitter, but if the way the hashtag system works, essentially you can categorize your tweets by hashtagging something. So essentially if you join that with a kind of Facebook thing, so you had this system, but if you wanted what you were posting to appear in the Lewisham whatever thing, you hashtag it Lewisham Art Room or Lewisham Creative Space or something, and you have a system in place which pulls all that information into the room. I think it's going to be a nightmare in terms of like orchestrating that or having someone overseeing things, because if it goes well and hundreds and hundreds of kids are doing hundreds and hundreds of stuff and really interacting with this space, suddenly you need a full-time administrator just looking through the stuff, sorting it, because stuff, obviously kids being kids, you're going to have all sorts of stuff being uploaded.
Oh, the fluffy animals on the... That's why I think we started with the colors first, because having all that information, all different photographs, it's quite hard to navigate. But having just colors, creating your color and with things you like, having like questionnaires or something, you generate interesting color, and then you go going into the room and having the colors. Color is easy. It's not like all that information and pictures. And then when there is more people, those colors are merging and mixing. It's gonna be something more interesting rather than only information. Because that's why you have a problem with the typefaces on the interactive walls. Because the information is quite hard to navigate.
I think it's really hard to picture. I mean, I like the concept.
I understand.
I'm not going to say Anastasios is wrong. I'm saying he's thinking obviously very practically with what he's been suggesting. For me, this is stronger than the nature concept because it actually, for you guys as graphic designers, it actually gives you an opportunity to design something. So all this stuff has got to be output somehow, and it can't just be crappy text that hits a wall because it's going to look messy. No one's going to want to read it. No one's going to enjoy it. It needs to be thought through. So I think if you could process that in a way of, this is a still. If someone posts, 200 characters, this is how it would be displayed on a wall, or this is how it would be displayed on one of these seat legs or something. If stuff was going to come up there, so you're kind of interacting with the whole space rather than just kind of wall space. And I think if you could nail that, it's probably got a much more chance of actually having some legs as a successful project, because you can see stuff happening then. Because for me, I start thinking, well, what images could I upload? What of my portfolio could I upload? And then I'd be worrying about how it would be displayed. Because you know what it's like with projectors and things stretch and they ruin it, or the colours off, so suddenly the whole integrity of your design is just completely compromised and it's not interesting. And I think, no, I wish I never uploaded that. Or if stuff, gets uploaded by mistake, and you think, well, how? I don't know. What's the system in terms? How can I quickly get that taken down? Or, I mean, there's so many kind of but. But I do think there's something in the concept. I'm just not sure the execution of it is right. I think to go away from this and kind of explore different ways of pulling together the kind of what is a kind of social media world, but connected to what they're producing, or what they're learning, and what the kind of artwork or whatever it is. What I'd like to see is you do that in a way that actually could be achievable. So you kind of draw yourselves in a little bit maybe and say, if there's a chance that they could actually create this space, let's try and tap into that a bit. And so I haven't said at all about the nature idea. I think that's probably because I don't like it. I think if you were to project an image on a waterfall, suddenly you've compromised the quality of your picture straight away, because have you ever tried projecting on water? It's not easy. It ruins the image a bit, which could be great from a typography point of view, because suddenly you have this kind of interaction with the letters. I don't know if there's a way of using the space while you're in there. So say you get in the space and you haven't uploaded anything, and you think, oh crap, I've missed an opportunity, I'd love to put some stuff on the wall. Is there an area that you can maybe log in the corner and kind of upload stuff from your USB stick, or even in the room, on these chairs, little keyboards can flip out and you can put a little message, or I don't know how you then assess that and kind of keep a grab on that. So I think it's a great concept, but it's got so many things, and this is why I asked you to say, each one of you, what could be the downfalls, because there's so many different factors that kind of think, oh no, we haven't thought this through, or if we have thought it through, it's creating more problems. And I think, so getting a kind of, I don't know, because you've gone for such a crazy out there idea, it's going to create different issues.
So you think we should stick to this concept but approach in another way? The first one?
That would be my initial thought. I mean, I haven't seen, without seeing kind of more stills of how it would actually work. So because you've got these are great in the way you can start to visualize the space, but it's very hard for me to see, other than just the colours of where they go and how they sit. So the video is helpful at the beginning because it kind of brings the space to life, but it leaves it flat. And you kind of think, well, actually, a bigger part of this project isn't the colours on the seats or the colours on the it's actually how you can engage and interact with the space and then be involved and change a space. I think someone said that, which I really like. The space can always change and develop and evolve, and that's exciting because every day you go in there, it will be a completely different space, and I think there's something in that, but it's just how you orchestrate that
Yeah.
I'm not saying go back to the drawing board by any means, I'm just saying that maybe there's different ways of processing things, so it can maybe be achievable, which is still going to be tough, but also interact with the space, and so people can actually get excited about the space. If that makes sense. Tough past that has sailed through. I don't know if that's helpful at all, but I don't know what you do.
It is, but we go round and round, don't we? With the idea, we do. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to actually get it.
Yeah, and it's really hard in such a short period of time to kind of, I don't know, get a big picture of what you're trying to achieve. Obviously the concept comes and they're kind of exciting. We want to do this. So trying to process that from my point of view is, man, they're doing so much with one space. I wonder if it's better just to simplify and do one thing really, really well, rather than 100 things. I mean, at one time you had water flying from different areas, and that's kind of. I think we've gone too far. I think.
We've kind of
well, that's good though, because it's good to chuck ideas out there, but it's a lot better to draw them back in. So we've got all this host of ideas, mind mapping or whatever you call it, but that one sucks because of this, and this. So we cross it off, and then you get out there, and then you come back in. So what you come back in with is the awesome ideas, and the ideas that are really going to carry a successful project to finish up. So I hope that was a little bit helpful.
Thank you, yeah.
Cool. Good luck with it anyway.